Good morning, everybody. Jack Leeson with StartupTrading.com. It is 9:25 here, November 13th. So, is it a bear day for the NQ, and where will we go if it is? Let's take a look. I'm going to blow up the NASDAQ here. Boom. We are below. We've dipped below the prior day's low. Now we're kind of getting a bid back above here. But yesterday off the open, it was just a cannonball to the downside. And I've adjusted. There was a couple of anchors we've been watching here. I'm going to go to a um, smaller time frame, 5 minute chart. There's been the fib draw from both 3 o'clock has been valid. This 3 o'clock from November 7th. And let me show you guys what that looks like. So this 3 o'clock high from November 7th. We saw it Sunday night. We saw it again on Monday morning. We made a new high, completed targets yesterday, and then that same anchored new high, that 50% retracement is right about where we're opening. Yesterday we were front running it. We didn't quite get down there. Now we're right on it. So there is, if we do bid off the open, this would be the anticipated support of where we're coming from. It's a 25,478, but opposing that, we have shorts. We have a couple of different variations. We spent the majority of the overnight session near overnight highs before European Open, of which we broke down, traded a halfway back and completed targets. So in order to continue lower, the 5:30 a.m. high to low should hold. And if it does, we're going to rotate. And my expectation is that we get down to 25,000 390s, 25,390s. So that would be my first anticipated support below us if we can continue. Now, the other thing to pay attention to is if I get rid of this extended session, yesterday, sellers off the open, just straight down, and then really just a choppy day. But we finished the day inside of this halfway back short, which targets 25,416. We're trading 25,470s right now. Once we complete that, we will have our next measured move from what is the 130 high to low, and that'll be a valid short setup. Okay. If we have deeper pullbacks here, because we are basically going to be taking out a multi-day low. We'll be taking out Wednesday's low. We'll be taking out Tuesday's low. We'll be taking out Monday's low. If we don't quickly turn back around and catch a bid off that lower support, we very well could just be heading to the gap fill and even lower than that. And that gap fill is going to be at 25,200 roughly. Okay, so if we don't immediately turn around in the first 30 minutes off this level, my expectation is that we do continue to sell. And the current price action in the last few hours here is absolutely bearish. Okay, so this very well could be something bigger breaking out of this multi-day consolidation, or could be one of those scenarios where we check the market lower and then immediately kind of catch a bid after trapping some people. So I have a limit order down here. I'm going to give it one try, and then other than that, if it doesn't work, I'll be sitting sidelines. And then for the ES, I'm trading the opposite side here in the ES. You have the variation of extension I've been looking for. Same thing, we're going to a 5 minute chart going back 5 days. The same time frame anchor, 3 o'clock from Friday. We traded it on Sunday. We traded it on Monday. 2 targets. And then that same anchor to the new high. There we go. Come on. Get up there. Make sure this is drawn correctly. That same anchor to the new high gives us a 50% retracement at 68.2275. and the 38 is 68.41.5, which is our current overnight low. Now, opposing that, the short series overnight high to the swing low, we rotate up. The mid has been sold into and completed downside targets. It's also the halfway back from the overnight high. That mid to low is going to be our lower mid. So I'm expecting resistance to come in up at this lower mid, 65.58.75. And we'll see if we can rotate down to 68.22.5. That's going to be that support level that I have below us. And then moving on to gold and oil. Gold, yesterday, I was hoping we would get this extension. Now, we didn't get it till the overnight session. Okay, this was something I was watching here, and it is the high from 735 to high. We traded it overnight. We've completed profit targets. We have a same anchor new high. The 50% retracement is a 41.98. 41.98 is a support level I'm going to anticipate. Now, as we got up here, we made this new high, sweeping down move, ATR expansion, trend bar here at 8 o'clock in the morning. Immediately go into a traditional short. That completes targets. We trade the full halfway back short again. That is completed targets. So I'm going to be looking at this swing high from 9 a.m. to low with the expectation of sellers to step in at 42.22.8. So I will be looking for a short at 42.22.8 here in gold. We did just come off this 38, but this 42.28 ideally is what I want to see. Let me just draw that full halfway back short too, see where that lines up. That is going to be a 42. We got 42.22.8 and 42.28.7 are going to be the anticipated resistance levels. And then oil, we are right at an extension short. Yesterday, oil absolutely just crushed out of highs. I would eventually love to see a full halfway back short. That is at the mid, so 59.70. I'm going to set that alert. The more aggressive move here is going to be at 59.10s, but I'm going to sit around and wait for confirmation. I'm not really eager to sell this 59.10. I didn't have a limit order set. On a first test, we have traded above it and then inverse fair value gap, but I'd like to see some more confirmation before going short. So that's what I have here for these indexes. Got a couple of orders set. Gonna set some more. I don't have my old order. I got an ES order out there right now. Got a NASDAQ order. Those are opposite orders at this point in time. And they're off. I'm gonna turn on the extended session here. And I'll just be waiting. Moving lower in the indexes. I said. All right, NASDAQ coming in. ATRs is, let's see what the 5 minute says. This would be that same draw to the regular trading hours session high. Came right down in gold to the extension. The ES has actually now traded its support. Obviously, we've been in a free fall here. 945. We'll see if we find any buyers bigger than 5 minutes, but just a liquidation off the open. Well, looks like we're coming off that ES support. That seems to be what needed to traded. I think you can just you want to use this low unless it's taken out as it's been its like actual low of the day. I'm treating this as it is as it's a potential low of the day. I knew there was a couple of different support levels here. I wasn't sure. We should come back into the traditionals. I don't think we're going to hold extensions here. Like if we take that prior day high and the NQ to low, like 25,460s, I think it'd be pretty unusual for us to hold extensions down here. But of course, anything's possible. We'll see where we're at. That low is made at 9:45, so also the timing of that low is good. That gold short was money. Also the possibility this gold runs, this gold target here is significantly higher. My target up. Beach ball underwater. the lower mid in the NASDAQ's the halfway back from the end of day high. That'll be at 25,467, and that'll be really the battle zone. The opposing short is the 4:35 a.m. low to low right now in the indexes. Shorting below the lower mid in the first half of the day. Not a strategy I've liked. Oil's starting to roll over. This is the gold extension we're on. This is from the morning trade plan, the one I'm long. 41.98. Same anchor new high. This traded overnight, two targets. We came off targets. We traded all the way back down to that same anchor new high. The upside target of this move is 42.75. It's a big move. It's a 75-point move. And oil's just kind of hanging out at this resistance. Not doing anything with oil right now, but I am long gold. I'm long gold looking for just a move back up into these leg starts here. We can sweep back up, just peek into that prior day high. And then I'm just targeting right now where we broke down from for a day trade. And then I'll look for another new entry. But the bigger target is all the way up at new highs. Let's go back to the indexes. So we're long gold from the anticipated morning trade plan. Even a better entry. We shorted gold, ran that down to targets, got long at the anticipated supports, and I'm holding for 42.21s, which is roughly a 25-point trade for my entry. Now, NASDAQ wasn't exactly the best. I probably should have waited to that 945. I had a different variation of supports, but my confidence was pretty high that we would hold this. Now we're seeing a trend bar in the ES. We're probably going to put in a trend bar here in the next 10 minutes in the NASDAQ. We're going to rotate up to those lower mids. That's going to be 25,469 in the NASDAQ, and it's going to be 68.46 in the ES, 68.46. I'm not going to short that. I'm finally taking off my, there's an ATR expansion right there as we put in, how big is this candle? We're 1 minute away from closing this candle. It's 106 points in the last 5 minutes in the NASDAQ. Little bit of a sweater there. But finally out. I'm not moving my targets up because my entry really wasn't that clean. I'm going to definitely move my stop up right now, but it's kind of irrelevant at this point. But we got another 12 or so points for gold to hit. Got about 10 points away from the NASDAQ, which should trade here in the next minute or two, up into that 25,467s. Finally, some freaking movement. We like the way it looks. We like the way it looks. Give this video a thumbs up for me on YouTube. All right, out on the NQ targets. Out on the NQ targets. Everybody got out there. You can draw these next measured moves here. 25,382s. ATRs are big. So I went so big with my stop, honestly. We have 108 points in the NASDAQ for ATR, 17 in the ES. I mean, these bars here, they're just going to be, you had 14 and then 13 in the ES. You had 75, 91, 89, 108, 108.
Order submitted.
I'm going to set up for the touch of the NQ short. The only thing I don't like is that we just had an ATR up. I'm actually going to cancel that. Think we could react at least 50 points from that 25,671s. All right, so gold to target so far on the short side. NASDAQ to target, although it wasn't the best, but all right.
Order submitted.
We're at the lower mid here. This is the, let me give rid of the extended session. It's the lower mid, but it's also the next traditional in both of these indexes, I believe. So end of day high to low, and then the ES, yeah, same. A move into the long from 10 o'clock would be normal. And then if we get anything really past that, that's 25,400. Anything past that would be extreme. I mean, but this, this potentially could complete targets, but I'm just looking for a small reaction. We're also at the open here. ran to the negative 61 of the traditional there. All right, now we're coming off.
Order filled.
Taking off my gold target there, about 10 points. So 2 trades for 10 points each in gold. Or actually, the other one it was like 15 points. Let's see if we can get this for 50. Getting the wheels back together in a rough couple days. Finally get some action to oil's still seeing resistance at the 59.10 from the morning trade plan. Come on here. There we go.
Target filled.
Taking that NASDAQ off just because we're at that next traditional and I don't want to be a dick for a tick. And when I say be a dick for a tick, what I mean is we're at that next halfway back. The reason I'm drawing the halfway back here, and honestly, I'm probably done trading for the session. The reason I'm at the halfway back long here is because this first traditional broke a 61, which is very common amongst first traditionals. And then so I'll draw from the 50. And that's how I just covered that NQ though. So 4 trades, 4 targets, under an hour. I'll take it. I'm done. I needed this. Needed just to come in here and with a little bit of different game plan, just bang out quick, easy trades, and then call it a day. Come back and do it again tomorrow. Take care.